So you've watched all the clothing tutorials, studied all the capsule wardrobes, pinned all the outfits, and yet every time you put an outfit together, stand in front of the mirror, you never look effortless. Rather, you always look like you're trying way too hard. There's a gap, and I can help you identify that gap. And in today's episode, I'm going to give you the real reasons why effortless style always escapes you. There's hope. There's a simple magic formula to it. Stay tuned. When gratitude becomes a habit, happiness becomes a consistent byproduct of your lifestyle. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Élever with Mama Kesh, a space where style, story and soul come together to help you elevate into the woman you are becoming. I am Mama Kesh, your host, and today, let's start with the truth. A woman who looks effortlessly stylish is pulling from a magic formula. She's not wearing the most expensive clothes. Neither is she even necessarily the most fashionable person in the room. Yes, what she has is something most of us are still searching for: alignment. Her outside matches her inside. The way she dresses is a true reflection of who she believes she is. That's what effortless looks like on the outside. Stay tuned. So yes, when alignment is missing, you would always be dressing for a woman that does not exist. Either you would dress for a version of yourself that used to be, or a version of yourself that you think the world wants to see. When that happens, alignment would always be missing. And unfortunately, your looks cannot be effortless. Why? Because you're putting in a lot of effort in bridging that gap. The gap between the woman you actually are and the woman you keep dressing for. So today, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why effortless style keeps escaping from you. And once you've named all of those reasons, you would be able to release them and start working on closing that gap. Number 1, you are still dressing for a version of yourself that no longer exists. Think about it for a moment. Your mindset has evolved. Your standards have shifted. Your life completely different from about 3-5 years ago, even a year ago. But your looks still holding receipts of who you used to be. You've kept ghosts in your closet that do no service whatsoever to your style. Well, that might be because you're still hanging on to certain memories, to things that have passed, but you're too afraid to let go of. So every time you open your closet, you keep on pulling items that feel familiar, but that do not necessarily reflect your inside now. So of course, outside is always going to look different from inside. You cannot move forward in a costume that already belongs to someone whom you have outgrown. Please do yourself a favor. Stop dressing for who you used to be and start dressing for who you are becoming. That's where effortless magic gets unlocked. Number 2, you are dressing for other people's version of yourself. Now, this one might be a little bit more silent because it doesn't always feel like pressure. No, not at all. Sometimes it feels practical. You want to be appropriate. You want to make sure that you're not offensive. And don't get me wrong, there's a time and place for every style. But let me ask you something. Every time you stand in front of the mirror, are you actually listening to your voice? Or are you listening to the voice of people out there that might judge you? So if you're actually listening to the voices that might judge the way you look, then your looks will never be effortless because you're putting in a lot of effort in thinking and analyzing how people are going to take your new look. Why? And sometimes it's voices of the people very closest to us that we hear. It might be the voice of a mother. I actually was watching a clip the other day and a lady said she's always hated her arms because growing up, even her mom would always tell her she had very big arms. So she never ever felt confident in them. Those are the voices. Those are the voices that you keep listening to rather than trusting your own guts and leaning into your own voice. Dressing for other people's comfort is never style. It's compliance. And compliance can never look effortless. Why? Because you're trying too hard to analyze formula that doesn't exist. Number 3, you have never really taken time to define who you are right now. You see the problem with most of us? We either live in the past or in the future. Very rarely do many of us tend to live in the present moment. The only time you really have is the time you are in right now. That's really the root of it all. This one is really an important one because most people tend to skip it. They think it's too big of a task, it's too psychological of a task. Why? Because you have to come to terms with yourself in the mirror. But here's what I want you to understand. Effortless style is not a mystery. It is a byproduct of self-knowledge. The woman who looks effortlessly stylish knows 3 things: what energy she naturally carries, what her values are, and how she moves through the world. And her closet reflects all 3 things. So that's where you have to start. When you do not know those things about yourself, you start guessing. And when you keep guessing, the gap between the outside and the inside continues to widen. And guessing is a lot of effort. And that's why your style will never look effortless. So now that we've started with the truth and identified 3 real reasons why our style is never effortless, make sure you skip watching and stay to the end of the video to get tips on how you can close that gap. I will be giving you some simple steps which you can implement to close the gap between the outside and the inside, so you can start basking in effortless style. Keep watching. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe. We appreciate it. Thank you. So now, story time. I'm going to tell you about Iris Apfel. And if you do not know who Iris is, keep watching because she's a fascinating woman. Iris was an American businesswoman, an interior designer, and a fashion icon who lived up to 102 years old. And every single room she walked into, oh boy, she did own it. Not because she wore the most expensive things, not because she was magical, but Iris owned rooms she walked into. Iris would layer things that absolutely had no business being layered together, but she would always bring everything so harmoniously together. Bold colors, oversized glasses, stacked jewelry from every corner of the wall. And people would always ask her, how do your outfits actually always look so put together? And her answer, she would always say something along the lines, I dress for myself. I dress for joy. I dress because it's an expression of who I am. So of course, Iris never looked like she was trying. Why? Because her style was just existing in herself. So of course, she was never performing. She was just herself, fully without apology, at every age and at every season in life. That's what effortless style always looks like. So you see, it's not really a magic formula. It's not a trend you can hop on. It is a woman who has done the inner work to understand who she is and align with it. It is a woman that has done the conscious and intentional decision to align her outside with her inside. She has done the work in the inside. Oh yes, that's the part. You have to do the work. You have to do the work of self-knowledge. Because every time you let your self-knowledge lead every choice you make, including the one for your body, you always get it right. We've seen the most effortless style come from people that have different body shape types. So it's just to tell you, effortless style really has nothing to do with what your body looks like, but everything to do with what your alignment of your interior self and your exterior self looks like. So Iris said it all. She was effortless because she dressed for herself. So now, who are you dressing for? That's why your looks are never that effortless. And again, it's a very simple concept, but yet most of us shy away from it. And the more you shy away from it, the more you widen the gap between your outside and your inside. And again, that's why your style always looks like you're trying way too hard. So now I'm going to give you 4 steps to help you start building your style effortlessly. So now I'm going to give you 4 steps to help you start building your own style effortlessly. And these are not quick fixes. These are long-term changes. These are foundational shifts that actually change everything. Number 1, name your energy. Before you think about clothes, before you think about fits, think about energy. What are you most confident about? When you are at your most confident self, how do you move through rooms? Are you warm? Are you approachable? Are you structured? Are you commanding? Are you soft? Have to identify that energy for yourself. Name it and write it down. That energy would help you anchor your closet and build around it. For some women, it might be presence. For others, it might be calm. For others, it might be vibrant. Identify it, name it, and introduce it into your closet. Number 2, identify the woman you are right now. Who are you right now? Take the time to go back to the drawing board. Get to know yourself again. And don't be scared. Really get to know yourself again. Don't try to keep familiarity stir you away from this exercise. Actually do it. Identify the woman you are right now and give her 3 words. Maybe it's grounded. Maybe it's refined. Maybe it's visible. Maybe it's just calm. Whatever it is, name it and write it down. For others, it might be bold, elevated, intentional. And whatever resonates with you would be the new version of the person you want to become. So those 3 words should become your filter. And everything that comes into your closet should go through those 3 words. And again, whatever it is, identify it and use them as your filters. Number 3, audit your closet, 1 drawer at a time. It shouldn't necessarily be your whole closet, in all honesty. It could be 1 drawer at a time. And for each piece, ask yourself if that really reflects the 3 characters if that really reflects the 3 attributes you identified in number 2. And if those pieces cannot fall into one of those 3 buckets, they no longer exist in your closet. Let them go. Those have now become your closet ghost. Those would have now become your closet ghost because they are serving an old version of yourself. Number 4, wear the things that actually tick all 3 buckets you just identified and wear them today. Now. Don't keep them for tomorrow. Wear them now. Because the moment is really now. The more you wait to tell yourself, well, maybe I'll figure it out, the more you widen the gap between your outside and your inside. The time is now. If you don't step into that version of yourself, you're really never going to elevate into it. So dress for that person. And again, remember, effortless style only basks when it really mirrors the real you. So why you keep looking like you're putting in too much effort is because you're dressing for a past or a future that is yet to come. Dress for the now. And again, using the 3 filters you identified in number 2. Let me know in the comments below what your 3 filters are. And like a life example, I'm going to give you guys my own personal experience with identifying these attributes. So a couple of years back, I actually used to dress to want to be the most fashionable person in the room. However, I grew to understand that being fashionable doesn't necessarily mean your style is effortless. And yes, when I understood that, my focus began to shift. So I started prioritizing different things. And my 3 attributes now became present, assertive, and grounded. So when I dress now, I try to mirror those 3 things. And the more I started doing that, I noticed that my style started getting more refined because now I was mirroring who I actually was. So my outside was synchronizing with my inside because those 3 words really began to define who I was as a person. So there you have it. 3 real reasons why your style never looks effortless and 4 foundational shifts to help you start changing that. Alignment builds confidence. Confidence builds clarity. And clarity would allow you to walk into any room in outfits that make you feel completely you. And that's what effortless really looks like. It's not about the clothes. It's all about alignment when the outside begins to reflect the inside. Thank you all for tuning in today's episode of Élever with Mama Kesh. If today's episode struck a nerve, please go ahead and share with family and friends. And if you're interested in understanding how to implement the 4 foundational shifts and start unlocking your effortless style, leave a comment below with some of the mistakes you've been making, and we shall dissect it and understand what the next move looks like for you. But please remember to continue to like, share, and comment. Until next time,